Welcome back, everyone, to me and Mama talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
We had our own bizarre adventure.
Yeah, we did. In the first part, we talked about part 2, pretty much talking almost exclusively on part 1 and 2. So now we're talking about the part 3 of the series. We're called Stardust Crusaders. I probably should have mentioned that, but each JoJo season has like its own sort of
little
subtitle.
name.
But for part 3 is definitely where the series got the most popular.
Yeah.
And can you sort of understand why exactly?
Yes, it was very epic. It was very the continuity was good.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't part 2. I didn't know how he ended up in Italy. With that weirdo who had Ripple too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in part 3, I thought it was very interesting because the way it opens up, where was it his great grandson or his grandson?
I believe it's Joseph's. I believe it is Joseph's grandson.
Okay.
Is the new JoJo.
Yeah, the impetuous teenager from before is now an old geezer with a daughter he loves that lives in Japan.
Yeah.
And he's got this ability, but he thinks he's demon possessed. And it was like, oh, really? Finally, someone in this whole clan is a little bit freaked out by this ability they've got with this weirdo behind him shooting laser beams. It was like somebody finally got self-aware or something, this isn't right. So it started off explaining something, which I thought was really good. And then everybody loves Egypt.
Yeah.
You know, we all want to see the pyramids. And they really did an excellent job of fleshing out the secondary characters.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was a supporting cast. It was like everybody was just as important as everybody else.
Out of all the side characters, which one do you believe was your favorite, actually?
I don't know anybody's name. Sometimes I call him Daniel. I don't know.
So we have Joseph. We have Jotaro, who's the new JoJo.
Yeah.
We have the green one, whose name is Kekuin.
Yeah, I like the green one and the pink one. Did you have the pink hair?
Yeah, Kekuin was the one with the red hair.
Okay, yeah, he's my favorite.
And then there was also Polnareff, the one with the white straight hair.
Yeah, him and the red hair. Blondie and Reddy.
I think those two are both definitely the most popular side characters in the whole series.
Yes. And then
there's also Avdol, Joseph's friend.
When I thought he died, I was so sad.
Really?
I got sad that a cartoon character died, which is insane because I'm old. I shouldn't get sad that a cartoon character died. But you cared about the characters. When the other guy died on the boat, I was like, okay, so what? You know, didn't give a flip. But this guy died, and I was sad because they really fleshed out the characters.
I think the one character you probably didn't like out of all the main ones was Iggy, the dog. But yeah, I definitely agree that they did a better job, I'd say, fleshing out the side characters.
And the story made more sense.
I think that since the series was a lot longer, it had more time to flesh everything out.
Right.
And what do you think of all of the villains? So all of the evil stand users that we see?
Some of them were a waste of time. And did we ever find out what happened to the little girl that they met on the boat?
I think she just leaves.
That was the only thing I didn't understand because they had kept her for so long.
You'd think that she would become a main character.
I thought she was going to be the main bad guy sent to trick the whole gang. You know,
you thought she was
she infiltrated the whole thing. She's going to make them all love her and take care of her, and she was the mega baddie. But no, she just
that would have been a funny twist.
She just freaking disappeared. I'm like, okay, I saw you for 5 episodes, now you're gone. This is weird. That was the only thing. I liked the little old lady whose son got killed. I thought she was a cool stand. Ooh, the dude under the bed, that creeped me out because stuff under my bed creeps me. The thought of somebody under my bed stabbing the shit out of me creeps me out.
I think one of the things about this series is that since they had so many villains to sort of focus on, one of the things that they sort of did was sort of they sort of made like Dio Dio. By the way, Dio is still alive. But
Big shock.
they sort of made Dio not in the spotlight, but at the same time in the spotlight.
Yes, like he was pivotal, like he was the reason why all these people were trying to get them, and he was always lurking in the background, but he wasn't like up in your face killing people.
He didn't really do much of his own stuff until the end. Until the end.
He was the Charlie Manson of the thing.
And you liked the idea, the new powers introduced, the stands. You liked those?
Yeah, like they were fine. Especially how they introduced it and how he was like, what is this? And I felt sorry that the daughter was lying there sick, and that's why they were going to do this mission. It wasn't just like something stupid. Like you kind of got to know her a little bit, so you cared that she was sick.
Yeah.
But I really thought it was drawn beautifully. The colors were bright and vibrant, and the stories were fun. Like, it was a long session, but I didn't feel like, oh, well, I didn't need to watch this episode at all. It was superfluous.
Every episode felt like
it was fine.
advanced.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I feel like, I think one of the main things that lots of people feel when it comes to, like, the series overall is that the beginning part of the series, I think lots of people tend to really, really enjoy. But I feel like one of the things that people tend to not enjoy as much is when they actually get to Egypt, and those series of villains there like aren't as like sort of like I guess you could say unique, you could probably say, compared to before they got to Egypt. Do you sort of like agree with that, or do you feel like each, regardless of when?
Yeah, I enjoyed the whole thing.
Okay.
Like, I didn't think, oh, this is suddenly lame. And I thought the ending of it was really cool. Well, that was one part that I thought was a bit too long. Was like when he was stopping time.
Like Jotaro's fight with Dio.
Yeah, that I would have liked to seen some of that cut out. But I mean, it wasn't obnoxious.
No.
But I liked the castle part. That was really interesting. And I was sad when that stupid dog died, even though I didn't like the dog until that very end bit.
That's what the series manages. That's what this part of the series manages to do. Is that whenever like a side character dies, regardless of how you felt about them, they make their deaths feel like
he redeemed
really
himself. Like he was a jerk of a dog, putting his butt in everybody's faces. You know, annoying people, just being a jerk. But
mostly
then in the end,
mostly just annoying Polnareff.
Yeah, but then in the end, he was good. My favorite part was when they were dreaming, they were having the dreams, and it was like kind of like a festival or a carnival, and they were up in that thing, and that, I liked that villain the most.
Really?
I thought that was fun.
So overall, you think this is, compared to part one, definitely
1,000 times better.
Your favorite, like one of your favorite parts of the whole series?
I would give this one an A, the first one low B, the second one C/D.
Okay.
And fourth, I would give a very high B, almost an A.
Well, speaking of part 4, let's see, how much more time do we have? Yeah, we have about 5 minutes, so we'll save part 4 for the next episode, so we'll see you guys then.